Fire. As soon as you saw it, we wanted to put eyes on it ourselves. Here it is. This is at Taylor Boulevard in the Hazelwood neighborhood. It's under investigation as of right now. We know that call came in just after 4 o'clock this morning. Fire crews have since gotten it under control. As you can see, there were no reports of any rescues or injuries, but we'll keep an eye on it as the morning moves on.
Yeah, certainly will.
We are expecting to learn more today about the new contract between Metro Louisville and the Fraternal Order of Police.
Mayor Craig Greenberg will join Police Chief Jacqueline Gwynn Villaroel and other city leaders to give an update on the progress being made. So far, the new proposal addresses issues like working conditions, job benefits, and raising police salaries. It includes an immediate 7% boost in pay for all LMPD officers and sergeants. Another round of raises would go into effect in July, bringing starting officer pay to just over $60,000 a year. Before Metro Council votes on the contract, the community had a chance to address the Public Safety Committee to share both criticism and support. The mayor's office and FOP both signed off on the contract last Monday. They'll provide their update today at 10.
The driver involved in a deadly hit and run will face a judge this morning. Police say 36-year-old Juan Alcala hit 39-year-old Jennifer Davis shortly before 12:30 yesterday morning while she was riding a bike on Preston Highway. She died at the scene. Witnesses say Alcala drove off without stopping, but a short time later, police say he called and said he'd been involved in a crash. He was arrested and is now facing charges of murder and driving under the influence. His arraignment is set for 9 a.m.
TARC leaders face tough questions from Metro Council as they presented budget cuts they say are needed for the agency to stay afloat. Those cuts will mean fewer routes and fewer drivers. WHAS11's Taylor Woods and photojournalist Addie Hill report.
TARC riders like Adana Choate are bracing themselves for TARC to have less routes available in January 2025.
It bothers me because it takes away from the parents that have to get to work to provide for their children.
This decision comes after the transit system has been facing what they call a fiscal cliff. Service reductions mean some TARC drivers will lose their job. TARC administration presented the budget they've been surviving on for years in front of Metro Council, sharing how they project $140 million of COVID funds to be exhausted by June 2025.
I can tell you this, and this is my 11th agency. I've been here almost 34 years, and this is the toughest budget I've ever had to bring over here.
TARC Interim Executive Director Ozzie Gibson says their operating budget expenses will be close to $110 million by 2025. Without the cuts, TARC leaders say there could be a budget gap as much as $30 million by mid-2026.
And yet you're saying we can't make up 15% cost reduction on a 20% reduction in labor. It's just not mathing for me.
Some council members question the numbers and urge TARC leaders to look for other solutions.
I would advise that you all go back to the drawing board.
When asked if layoffs were absolutely going to happen, Gibson said yes.
Probably is going to be somewhere, but could be 60 as high as 80.
TARC Union President Lillian Brent says at the end of the day, several families are going to be impacted.
It's going to be a layoff. It's still funding issues, even if they go back to the drawing board.
In Louisville, Taylor Woods, WHAS 11 on your side.
The route changes are referred to as Saturday Plus, which means there will be less frequent service Monday through Friday. The agency's 4 busiest routes will not be affected. Those are 4th Street, Dixie Rapid, Broadway, and Preston Highway.
6 minutes after the hour now, and new this morning, the JCPS board has approved the district's priorities for the next 5 years. Among them is increasing the percentage of 5th, 8th, and 12th graders who score ready on the JCPS Academic Readiness Test. They also want to increase the number of 3rd and 8th graders who meet or exceed benchmarks in reading and math MAP assessment tests. These measure academic progress. Now, to meet the goals, the district established guardrails like increasing safety and more communication among parents and staff.
350! When do we want it?
Yeah! Holding signs and chanting their JCPS custodians rallied outside last night's board meeting. Since the pandemic, they've been earning a $3.50 an hour premium, but the federal funding for that is set to expire on June 30th. Union members say they can't afford to lose the extra money.
Become a part of our everyday living now. We've been able to afford reliable transportation to and from work. It's been allowed us to pay our bills and provide groceries for our families.
The union is asking the board to make the $3.50 premium a permanent part of the budget moving forward. In a statement, a JCPS spokesperson said, in part, we'll soon begin pay negotiations and will share information with employees at the end of this process.